Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I have a lot of things to say. It's the day after victory of Juventus 2-0 over Lazio in Coppa Italia, a deserved victory. Because yesterday we deserved that victory. Now, pay attention. Does that mean that Juventus is totally healthy? That we are out of that negative spiral? That we don't have to worry anymore to qualify to the Champions League in Serie A? No, we are far from that. That win of yesterday is a good first step, but we are not healthy yet. Today we'll speak about the good things that we saw on the field, the bad things, because there were a lot of bad things on the field, but also off the field. I want to speak about the moment of Juventus, but also going through the words of Max Allegri post-game, because you know that I'm watching behavior, facial expression. According to me, something happened. According to me, something is happening at the moment that I think is irreversible. You will be interested about what I understood from the words of Max Allegri towards the end of the video. So maximum of like, don't forget to subscribe. But let me first starting to thank all of you. Yes, I need to thank all of you. Because yesterday in the post-game live, I saw a lot of Juventini that were extremely happy again. They were all conscious, aware that the moment is not over. But again, seeing them smile is extremely fantastic. It's beautiful. Now, yesterday, together with the community, we reached 29,000 Juventini on the channel, and I'm extremely grateful for that. Extremely grateful, especially because when I woke up this morning, we even reached 29,014, which means the road to 30k just started. I'm asking a lot of time to put a maximum of like, to subscribe to the channel. Sometimes you listen to me, you do it. Sometimes you don't do it. Why am I always asking this? Because when I opened the channel, I did it out of passion, pure passion. I was not taking care about numbers. But it's an important metric. Let's not lie. Metrics, numbers are important, especially from the eyes of people outside, from people that are watching, that are maybe interested in the YouTube channel. And if we want to do more, if we want to do better, with as consequence having you, Juventini, even more happy, with better offer of schedules, of programs, of videos on the channel, well, we need to grow that community. And that first step will be 30,000 Juventini, then 40, 50, who knows, maybe the dream, 100,000 Juventini here on the channel. It depends on you. Of course, it depends on me if I continue with quantity, but also qualitative videos. So do it. If you want to help me, maximum of like, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, to share the channel, to comment, let me know what you think about it, because now we start with a beautiful win from Juventus 2-0 with goals at the 50th minute of Federico Chiesa after a fantastic, beautiful assist of Cambiaso, and then 10th assist for Weston McKennie for a goal at the 64th from Dusan Vlahovic. Yesterday it was quite difficult for you. More than 500 people voted for the most beautiful goals between the one of Chiesa and Dusan. And it was 51 for Dusan, 49 for Chiesa, so it was difficult to split then. We are happy, because it's not only one beautiful goal, but two goals in one game, 2-0. 2 goals scored, 0 conceded. Well, fantastic, beautiful. We are all happy, of course. Now, I don't agree with the title of Gazzetta dello Sport. Questa è Juve. This is Juve. I don't 100% agree with that one, with that title. No, it is not the Juve that I expect. It's not the Juve that you expect, especially if we are analyzing from the 18th, 20th minute until the end of that first half. This is not Juve. This is not what we want. Of course, we see Dusan Vlahovic and Federico Chiesa, big smiles, big celebration on the first page of Gazzetta dello Sport. Of course, we have these beautiful goals in memory, but let's not forget the game, the entirety of the game. That was not perfection. This is not Juve, especially I couldn't recognize my Juventus between the 20th and the 45th minute. We had the usual problems between the first and the 20th minute of the first half, where Juventus was, yes, trying, the intentions were there, but was not dangerous. That first shot on target of Juve arrives at the 45th minute with a long shot from the distance from Adrien Rabiot. Guys, it is not the Juve yet. Look, it was important, it was crucial, it was a win that I wanted from the deepest of my heart, that I was wishing before the game was played. Go back to the video of yesterday, the pre-game video, where I said we need to win. And we did it, so I'm extremely happy, but it's not enough. It's not enough because Atalanta is waiting, Bologna is waiting, Roma is waiting. These teams are just waiting that Juventus is not able to climb back, to go out of that situation so that they can qualify and not Juve. So the performance of Juventus yesterday is a first step in the right direction, but we are not yet out of that negative spiral. And Fiorentina will already be a big test. Fiorentina that will play today against Atalanta in Coppa Italia will probably watch the game to understand how Fiorentina is playing. A Fiorentina that wants to end the season well. Because we know it, Vincenzo Italiano will leave at the end of the season. Probably he will go to Napoli. But anyway, yesterday I consider it, like Corriere dello Sport is writing, a win alla Allegri. A win at the Allegri's way. And I'm speaking about a win alla Allegri's way. Not a defeat alla Allegri's way, not a draw alla Allegri's way, because these defeats, these draws were also because of him, and wait for the end of the video where I will go through his words. But yesterday was a Allegri win that a lot of time we criticize, that we don't like. Look, was there a big difference in terms of stats from the game of 4 or 5 days ago in Serie A where we lost 1-0 and the game of yesterday? No. The possession is more or less the same. With yesterday 42% of Juve, 41.9 to be really precise. The last game in Serie A against Lazio, we had 35. From 35 to 42, it's not that big of a revolution. It's not that yesterday Juventus had the ball possession for, I don't know, 60, 65% of the time. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We were a bit better, a bit more accurate, but if you're looking at the shots on target, it's exactly the same. 3 shots on target yesterday. 3 shots on target the other time. 9 attempts yesterday, 9 attempts the other time. So it doesn't change a lot. The expected goals, 0.61 yesterday, 0.54 the last time. So it's not that we see a different Juve that much, but there were some things that were different. For example, the title of Tuttosport is saying Coppia da Coppa, così è Juve. The duo, the couple of cups, Dusan and Fede, this is like this. It is Juve, a winning Juve. But I would go more towards a Juve that yesterday didn't concede, was paying attention against a Lazio that Juventus made in offensive. They were not dangerous, Lazio, by the way, 0 shots on target. Maybe some people were a bit too early to start praising Tudor Ball, fantastic, he's the best coach in the world, because yesterday we really made them really sterile. Yesterday they were absolutely not dangerous, and Juventus, even if I can't, and I still can't explain myself how you go from 20 minutes where you want to do something, it was not working, but you want to do something towards not even being in danger and forgetting, shutting down the lights, going, tracking back, having fear. And we saw it with starting to have missed passes, not being serene when you had the ball, avoiding having the ball, not unmarking you. Yesterday was a total disaster between the 20th and the 45th, where a lot of people said, it is boring, it is not nice. And at the halftime, remember, it was all stadium that was whistling the team performance. This was also a win alla Allegri. The difference was individual, beautiful things of yesterday. Cambiaso with that fantastic pass at 49 minutes and 38 seconds. That vertical pass, breaking the lines of Lazio with Federico Chiesa doing the exact right movement that he needed to do as a second striker needs to do, not as a winger, because yesterday really went super centrally. And it was beautiful, individual technique, individual brilliance from one player that decided that we could do something. But also, let's not forget that fantastic Locatelli save, because right before that ball was about to go over the line and he runs with all his body, with all his soul, saving that ball from going out. Locatelli that didn't play well yesterday, but that one is the image of the Juventus that we want to say, okay, losing, winning, drawing, at least that second half Juventus, that Juventus with that idea of we want to sacrifice, don't want to give up, we want to dream bigger. It all in that picture of Locatelli saving the ball. And that's what we want to applaud. That's what we want to say, okay, Juventus is in difficulty, but we want to support and we don't want to whistle that Juventus. Beautiful goals. the two of them, from Fede and from Dusan. Beautiful assist from both of them, McKennie and especially the one of Cambiaso. Fantastic, the effort of the team in second half. And probably that's where something changed. Probably also because Juventus needed to be stronger than the crisis that we are in, but also stronger than VAR. And again, strange referee decision. Because yesterday again, a penalty was given to Juve without any doubt at the 10th minute. We can't discuss about the foul because the foul, there is 100% foul from the defender, from Vecino by the way. On Cambiaso, it is a penalty that was given. But then they go to VAR, they check multiple times. They even ask to the referee to go and to check. And they go with a new rule that has been inserted. It's true, the rule has changed. A new rule that has changed in Nations League, Mbappe against Spain. Do you remember that goal? Deflection from the defender that was considered back then that it is actually not offside anymore because it's the defender is touching the ball. So from now on, you need at least intentionality. You need at least having the time to understand where the ball is going. And then if not, if it's a simple deflection, it's offside. Look, yesterday, the defender of Lazio had all the time in the world because the ball is coming to him. He's watching the ball coming to him. It's not going super fast. He has the possibility to really go with a distortion of all his body, trying to take that ball and put it out of the McKennie zone, to put it actually in a corner kick. And that's where it is an intentional thing. So Juventus again penalized. And it's not the first time this season. It's not only about Juventus. But it's really strange that again, interpretations are going towards penalizing Juventus that unfortunately need these kind of episodes, because that's the truth. Juventus has difficulties to play. I don't like to be here repeating it because of referee, not because the referee is probably the last responsible for the moment that we are in. But now that we won, can we speak about that episode? An episode that is totally disgusting because I don't know anymore. I see the images, like you are seeing the images, like the entire world is watching the images, and we don't know. Because sometimes it's a new rule, and sometimes these rules, there is an interpretation on these rules. The management of the yellow card was disgusting. Anyway, we go towards the last part of the video that I'm sure you will enjoy. Or not, I don't know. We start with the birthday of Adrien Rabiot. Today is his birthday, so bon anniversaire, Adrien. I already wished him personally on Instagram. I'm super happy for him because yesterday we won and he can at least celebrate with a mini smile. I'm not saying euphoric, absolutely not, but at least celebrating with a win. It's always better than celebrating with a loss. I remember my last birthdays when we lost against Maccabi. I thought it was a total disaster. I was devastated that day. So happy birthday to Adrien Rabiot. Why am I speaking about happy birthday Adrien Rabiot and taking so long to speak about it? Because the players, sometimes we forget about it. There are players, we are judging the performances, but we forget sometimes that there are also human beings like you, like me, with emotions, and I don't like some things that are happening. For example, what happened yesterday? The whistle, I spoke already about it, they were totally correct at halftime because the performance of Juve was absolutely not great. Absolutely not great. And people lost impatience. And of course, they have totally the right to whistle the team. I knew it that they would not wait until the 90th minute. They waited at halftime to wake up the team. I agree. But I don't agree with the whistle to Alexandro when he was about to enter. I don't agree with this kind of behavior from our supporters. Do I like Alexandro? No. Was he ever my favorite player? No. Did I ever even think about buying a shirt from Alexandro, having him in my personal collection? No. Even when he was at peak. But now we are speaking about someone that is there since 8, 9 seasons, I don't know, that is probably next to the referee, also one that has absolutely no responsibilities in the disaster moment that we are in. I believe he started 6 games this season in Serie A. 6 games on all the games that we played. He entered and tried to do what he could, not always performing. It's totally right. Were we expecting much more from Alexandro in the last seasons? I'm not even speaking about this season. Absolutely, yes. I am the first one that's expecting much more. Is it his mistake that Juventus never bought another left back to challenge him, to put some competition? Is it his fault that last season he played the sufficient amounts of game to be there one more year? No. But now he's a person that always gave everything for Juve. And not always he was able to succeed in it. He did a lot of big mistakes. But before him putting a step on the field, in a game that we need to win, that we are winning 2-0. Pay attention, it's not 3 points yesterday. It is, if the player enters and he doesn't enter well and we concede a 2-1, that game is even more open for the return game in Roma. Because 2-0 or 2-1, it changed the world. And putting people in an emotional state before they are entering, it's not great. Now, luckily Alexandro is mature enough. He paid attention to focus only on the few minutes that he had at disposal, and he did okay. But it's not okay. Whistle after. You want to whistle? Totally you're right. Especially with the moment that Juventus is in. Whistle after his performance. He missed a pass. After the game, you whistle him. He didn't play well. You whistle him after the game. But during the game, support them. Support them. Support them. Because otherwise, it will never work. I personally absolutely don't agree with that. Then, speaking about human beings, I always said that Max Allegri could have been and should have been criticized for the performance that he offered. In 2019, the last season, that was a winning season because we won some trophies, and then he was sacked because we wanted something else, and I was backing up that time. And especially since he's back. The first season was a total disaster. Then we can divide, we can share the responsibility, but at the end he's coach, and what he offered on the field was not beautiful. The second season, especially before what happened off the field, was absolutely not great, and he totally deserved to be criticized, like he deserved to be criticized from probably the first part of the season, where Juventus was earning points, where Juventus was doing well, but we didn't see what we were expecting, so a growth in different aspects. Only a few aspects were better, but not enough. But especially from the 27th of January on, where it's a total disaster. Now, a lot of people are speaking about, for the very first time, Max Allegri said and took accountability, because he said yesterday, the negative moment is my fault. Let's rectify this, because it's not entirely true. It is not entirely true. Do you remember a few weeks ago, here on the channel, we reported the words of Max Allegri, where he started to take accountability on it verbally in front of microphone. I can find it back if you want to, if you don't believe me, where he said, I am the first one to blame because I couldn't find the right words, the right things to get out of that negative moment. I wanted a reaction. We all wanted that reaction, but I couldn't make sure that these people were out of it. That was the first time that he said, and yesterday he even said it even more clear. The negative moment that we are in, I am in priority. It's because of a lot of us, but I am in priority the one to blame, taking ownership about that. So that's why I'm repeating you. You can criticize the way of playing. You can criticize some answers in post-conference that were not always great, like last season, where at the end of the season he said, I need nothing to the supporter. I need to say nothing to the supporters. But you can't criticize the person, the man intentions, the intentions to do well. Because yesterday I saw again people before these words saying Max Allegri is happy to frustrate the tifosi. He's doing it because he wants to annoy the tifosi. This is something that I don't agree. Like I don't agree the whistle for Alexandro before entering on the field. I don't agree that we are sometimes extremely unrespectful towards the person Max Allegri, you like it or not, part of the legend of Juventus. Now, we go towards the very last part of the video and probably the most interesting one for the people. What about next season? I told you, I repeat you so many times, even if people, they don't want to hear it, I don't believe that Max Allegri will be there next season. That has been a feeling that I have since a really long time. And I don't even believe that he should be there next season. So if you want my opinion, no, I think that we need to split roads. I didn't want him to be sacked because sacking Allegri would have meant that we would have lost yesterday. And I prefer to win. I prefer to win all of the games, arriving at the end of the season. But I believe that something happened. You saw the face of Max Allegri yesterday in press conference. Extremely exhausted, extremely tired yesterday. Taking all the blame on him. He's repeating since a few weeks now, there is nothing that you can point fingers at the guys, at the football players. Blame myself, blame me. I believe that now, verbally, it has been also communicated to Max Allegri that it is official, the roles will split. at the end of the season. This is what I believe. It's not officially written, it's not communicated nowhere, but I believe there is no way back. Whatever will happen from now on until the end of the season, that we will win the Coppa Italia, that we will qualify to the Champions League, that we will not do it, yes or no, whatever, I believe the decision has been taken. You heard about a renewal of management team with Manna Cherubini that will probably leave. I will make a video about it probably later today to explain how the new Juventus could look like, but I think that also here a communication has been said to Max. It is over. He said it yesterday. What about my future? We will speak about it on the 25th of May when everything is done. But of course, it will be a tough discussion, or maybe not even a tough discussion, because I think he already knows. And probably that's also the reaction of the players yesterday. Not only speaking about VAR problems, not only speaking about the crisis we are in, but maybe Max found the words this time to say, guys, I will probably not be there next season, but a lot of you will be here. And it makes a world of difference if you are able to play that Champions League. If you are able to play an extra competition that is a Supercoppa, do it not for me, do it for yourself. Because playing this competition next year, for you, it changed the world, but also for the support. And probably these words woke up a lot of people for that second half. Anyway, that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed that long video, the post-game of the victory, Juve Lazio. This weekend, Fiorentina. Hopefully we can be here again analyzing the bad things in a good victory. Grazie, forza, Juve.